What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily dose of Broodwar. We've got an epic Zerg versus Protoss here. I say it's epic because I've already seen this game. I casted it about 3 days ago, and at the end of the cast I realized that my mic was unplugged. So that's unfortunate. That hasn't happened to me for quite some time. But it was particularly painful this time because this game was so good. We've got Jaedong here in the top right. We got Motive in the bottom left. Motive is a guy I've been taking a look at recently. He's been putting out some great performance since that game I casted with him versus mine. I've been thinking about him a lot lately, thinking about how Protoss needs some new blood, some new great players to kind of reinvigorate, if that's the right word, the Protoss race. And Lings are just going to be headed straight across the map here. So maybe Jaedong thinks that he can get across here and do some damage. He hasn't seen the natural of Motive yet, but Motive has already dropped 2 cannons. He's going to be 100% fine here. These will finish just in time, and then Nexus will be dropped shortly. I like the double cannon against the early pull here of Jaedong, and don't want to take any risks and like try to block this with a probe and, you know, build a gateway here and take the risk of having any Lings sneak into your base, because these are Jaedong Lings, and although he's not quite at the peak of what we expect from Jaedong anymore, he's not like you know, 2009 Jaedong. The new Jaedong, the more recent Jaedong hasn't been quite as scary, but he is still well known for his early game Ling micro. Can be a real pain if any of those Lings sneak in. Jaedong Lings in the main is an absolute nightmare, so I like Motive's decision to make sure that that's not going to happen. I question this decision though. What is going on with this gateway right here? How come we aren't putting this here? Because it feels like if you put the gateway here, there's a very tight little choke here. But if you have it back here, this is blocking your cannons. Like, you can't really build cannons easily in this position. So this is a little bit strange to me. Jaedong gonna get in here and see everything, and what if he just goes for like a Hydralisk bust here? You can only build cannon. You can build 1 cannon here, maybe 1 more. I don't know if the pylon will reach that far, but 1 there. I don't think this is buildable. Yeah, I don't think this is buildable. So you could potentially build 1, 2, 3, maybe a 4th cannon there, but it's hard. And that's a lot of open space for Hydra to bust through. So that's a little bit challenging for me to understand why Motive would want to put that gateway there. Meanwhile, we've got 3 bases here for Jaedong. He's about to hit that 100 gas. Where is that going to go? We haven't seen a layer just yet. Still holding onto that 100 gas as he throws down an additional hatchery. So getting something interesting here from Jaedong. It's definitely a macro build, but it's not your typical macro build where you get a layer early on and then go for a spire. Another hatchery coming up here. I think we're just gonna see like a mass Hydralisk build. Oh, interesting. An evolution chamber pretty quickly. What is he gonna do from here? I guess it's gonna be a very early upgrade and 1 spore for defense. And that spore is going to come up, I think, just in time here. Overlord is trying to hide itself on the map. We've got a couple of Lings out here. I don't really like the positioning of these Lings, though. You really want to make sure that you can see if any Zealots move out on the map. If, for example, these 3 Zealots like walked out here and just snuck around the map and just walked into the natural, you could be in a lot of trouble. It's going to hurt your build significantly. So that's a little bit unfortunate. That's a small hole in the game here for Jaedong. He has managed to hide that Overlord though, and the Corsair's not going to find that for now. Heading up here towards the 3rd base. The Hydralisk Den is done. We're immediately starting those upgrades. Armor right away. So the armor is going to be just barely behind this attack upgrade. So that's actually going to help a lot with Ling defense early on. And potentially also, of course, with the Hydralisk as we go forward here. There are going to be a lot of Hydras popping out, so not too many Lings at present. Lings are checking the front now. They are in a better position here to spot, make sure that nothing sneaks by. Motive has seen the entirety of the base. He now understands what's going on, and that there's a very early upgrade and a lot of hatches very, very quickly here. We're just at 7 minutes with the 6th hatch now coming down. We have the lair finished, but we don't have Overlord speed just yet. Overlord speed has yet to start. Lurker egg being picked off now. Thinking about going in for some Overlord kills, but this is a great defensive position here. We've only got 3 Hydras, but 3 Hydras and a Spore. You're gonna lose Corsairs very, very quickly. So not taking any risks here, just flying through, checking things out, making sure he's got a good idea of what's here. I'd love to see a Spore here as well, because it's possible that you have a little Zealot attack and the Corsairs kill this Overlord, and if you don't have Overlord speed done, a DT can get in here and force the drones away or even get a few kills on those. So that would be nice to see. We haven't seen it just yet. Any building right here is good, actually. And another Evo chamber. Whatever else you want to throw down here. Maybe a Queen's Nest. If you want to get into the hive pretty quickly, it's a good idea to get a building there, because it's going to really clog up this area and not allow Zealots to deal a lot of damage. Looks like Motive not interested in dealing damage, though. He's interested in grabbing a 3rd base here right away. ASAP. Do we have a DT out on the map? I don't see one, but it's a very good tool against this player who does not have an early Overlord speed. Overlord speed is getting close, and Lurker is on the way as well. I don't know if we got range. Did we get range before Lurker upgrade? I'm not sure about that. I feel like this is a very, very quick Lurker upgrade. And another evolution chamber. We're going up to 3 Evos. We haven't dropped the Queen's Nest here just yet, but that should be coming up here soon. Looking to jump on some Overlords, but oh boy, these Templar are getting caught out. Almost managing to surround those. If you would have gotten those 2 Templar as they were moving down here towards the 3rd, I mean, if you get the 2 Templar here, you're never gonna break this. Not in the early game anyway. But if you kill these 2 Templar, then your follow-up Hydra attack has real potential of getting huge, huge damage. Flying through here once again, just checking things out. Still no hive on the way, and yes, he did go for Lurker before the range upgrade. So getting in here with some Lurkers, he's gonna actually deny these Zealots, push them back, and I don't know, I feel like you can put the Lurkers right here and then attack into this base, and you should probably be able to kill that, because I don't think that the Templar here can walk through these Lurkers, or they'll at least be forced to throw down all their storms to get rid of those Lurkers, and then you can probably break this base without any storms at this location. So he's trying to come in here. He's getting a good view of the number of cannons. 4 are going to finish up here momentarily, and it doesn't seem like we're that interested in actually breaking. This is not enough Hydra right now, and we may be making drones here shortly. Going for a 4th base here is Jaedong, just getting a little damage onto this Forge. Oh, he might actually kill that. Forge might die here, and with the Forge going down, he cancels the upgrade just before the Forge dies. But man, that hurts. We're not going to have an armor upgrade here, and he needs to build another Forge. He is going to build one extra in the main, and we're going to have a big advantage here for Jaedong going forward, because he will be finishing up both melee attack and range attack at the same time, and we've got no armor done. These Zealots are going to melt. They are going to melt so quick, and I love this. He killed the Forge. He's been delaying the transfer of probes here for a long time. And right as we get the Observer out, he just backs away. He's like, okay, I'm just going to save these few Lurkers here. Go all the way back across the map and just set up my defensive position. I've done enough damage. I've slowed you down enough. I don't want to take any losses, so backs all the way up across the map. Really like this play from Jaedong here. He's basically doing his own thing. He's just saying, we're gonna go late game, and I'm just gonna prepare for that absolutely fully here. Getting into the spire, getting into the hive. He's gonna grab that 4th gas, adding on more hatches. So far, the macro is insane. 61 workers, and he's using all of his money right now, taking it all the way down. Look at this. Is hard, guys. This is not an easy feat. With 60 workers and this many hatches, just 7 hatches, he's able to pump out and actually use all of his money. That is very, very tough to do. I've argued with players before on my YouTube videos about the difference between StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 and how much more difficult it is to hit a build in Broodwar. Getting up to 6 hatch like this, 7 hatch, going into 4th base and spending all your money, it's so tough. This is so tough right now what Jaedong is doing, and we're gonna have a big push coming across the map here for Motive as he takes his 4th base. Since there's been no pressure from Jaedong, aside from that first little attack with the first few lurkers, Motive has gotten himself into a pretty good spot. He's got a lot of Dragoons, he's got quite a few Templar here, and he's ready to trade. He's gonna come up here to this pretty well entrenched position, but those are pretty stacked up Hydras. The Lings are already out here. We don't have, I think, Ling attack speed just yet. I haven't seen that get built to this point, but he should be adding on Ling attack speed here pretty darn soon. Looks like a counter attack coming across the map with a bunch of Lings. We do have 4 cannons and reinforcements for Motive, so he should be able to hold on to this position. It's like Motive gonna pull away now. Only heading back with the majority of his units to defend here. Oh, whoa, we got some Lings, or we got some Hydras coming up as well. A lot of these are gonna die very, very quickly. Motive could lose his 4th base here. Oh, wow, Ling upgrade, Ling speed attack is done. Ling attack speed, what am I saying, is done. He just barely gets it. That was so close. The Storms there almost managing to save that Nexus, but he did a great job there getting that surround. Gunning down that Nexus, delaying this 4th base is huge. Because we're sitting here on four bases as Jaedong as well. Trading here going on from Motive. He's just gonna walk forward, throw down a few Storms, and then kind of back away as the reinforcements come up. This is great use of these Templar by Motive. Getting the maximum value out of these and then just backing away. He needs to back away a little further than this actually though. Don't want to be right here when the Plague upgrade gets finished. And a Plague is coming here. Defilers are on the map as well. Jaedong definitely not going to be broken, but I haven't seen a 5th base from him yet. Where is he going to go for this 5th base? Possibly the upper left, possibly the bottom right, but we already have Motive moving towards that bottom right to try and take that base. Defiler here. Doesn't have Plague, but does have that Dark Swarm ready to go. He's going to dive on top of these Observers if he can get them. That's going to really sandbag this push. Looks like he got one of those Observers, but more Lurkers are going to pop out and more Dark Swarm goes down. Unfortunately, loses the Defiler, but he is pushing everything back and holding this position strongly with a base coming up here in the top left as well. Now, we've seen this before. Templar on the high ground can really devastate this base, so you do actually have to control this area. So I'm a little confused when I see Zerg players try to take that base without actually controlling the upper left. But we're gonna see how that goes. Lots of Lings coming forward here. We've got these Archons though, gunning down a ton of these Lings. +2/+2 is done, and we've only got +2/+1 here for Motive. So he's behind in upgrades right now. The Cracklings are gonna do wonders against this mostly Dragoon army. There's a couple of Archons mixed in here. A big wave of Zerg is coming forward here. We're actually almost at equal on supply now with the Lurkers coming up here as well. Big storm there on those units, but the Lurkers are gonna run forward and burrow. This Dragoon force should be getting taken out here pretty soon. The Lurkers are actually not burrowing right now. He needs to actually burrow these Lurkers, and he doesn't. So all of them go down, and most of the Dragoons, well, not most, but quite a few of the Dragoons do survive. This base here is going to be set up. We've kind of forgotten about this by Motive. If he had built like 6 cannons over here. He might have a base right now. But as it stands, probably we're going to have more Lings be sent on the map and take that out. 2 Templar go down in rapid succession there to those 3 lurkers. And actually, motive might be broken here. He's not got a lot left of this army. A great storm on a ton of Hydras and lurkers here. That is huge. +3 armor is already done. And these Zealots are just getting minced. +2/+1 is done for our Protoss. But +3/+2, good God. We are getting really high up in the upgrades now for Zerg. Picking off that Archon is a big win. Looks like this Archon may end up going down as well. Motive not really controlling his forces here very well. And his army supply is super, super low. He's got nothing here at his rally point. Just a few Templar popping out. And it looks like everything gonna get plagued as well. The Dragons are holding their own on this high ground. But he's just moments away from cracking the center left. I think Jaedong should be able to get through here with the next set of rallies. If he only had his rallies sent over here to the left-hand side, he probably could be breaking through this right now. Dark Swarm here, with no storm at all, will just break this location. Still, motive rallying forward over and over again, protecting this spot. He doesn't have any storm with this right now. He's transferring a huge amount of probes, which could be ill-timed as the Defiler. Oh my goodness, look at all those probes just kind of dancing right there. Imagine if there's a lurker. Even one lurker would have killed every single probe there, but didn't have it in the correct location. Looks like he's gonna run around this army, try to cut it off perhaps, but we've already got Defilers here. I'm really worried for motive right now if he's gonna get this base cracked. Getting over here towards the rally point, getting in the way of Jaedong's reinforcements. Jaedong, instead of breaking through, he's actually gonna send his army back and try to pincer this Protoss army here. Protoss just gonna head south and actually avoid this pincer attack. So big win here for motive, actually keeping this base alive, buying himself some time to get that next wave of reinforcements up here and keep that going. Hatchery here. Still, this has been completely forgotten about for motive. He's been so intent on just trying to keep this alive. You can tell how much effort and energy has gone into this rallying and fighting here over this 4th base, or 5th base, excuse me. But with 5 bases now fully established, he could try to take this one. I guess with the Overlord over here, the moment he starts building some cannons, we'll probably see a group of Lings sent down there. Going after a Templar here, might be able to get it. No, Crackling's not aggroed on there. He does, in the end, micro that and kill off that one Templar, but it looks like these other Templar are going to survive. Pushing forward here. I'm not sure if you can break through this location, though, with lurkers. Oh, there's only one lurker, and it's only half HP. More lurkers coming up, though, from behind. They're going to get right on top of this and burrow on top of everything. All right, not getting super aggressive with that burrow. Gonna spread things out and gets another great plague there on these units as they try to retreat. Motive struggling to keep an army supply here. Only 147 to 175. Jaedong is just out of control right now. Looks like he did send some Lings to the bottom right and got rid of that pylon and that probe. May start to send lurkers down here as well. Try to get this base as well. But right now, focus mainly on holding this area. We haven't seen any drops as of yet from motive, but it's about that time. We want to start getting into dropships, and there it is. The Gravitic Drive is on the way. Time to get into some storm drops. Try and shut down some of these heavily mining bases here around the map. We're actually running out of minerals here at the natural, but the 3rd base is totally mined out, in fact. But here we go. Gonna try and bust through. We've got some Dark Swarm here. Would be nice to have a Dark Archon with this army. Would make things a lot stronger. Gonna go for another Plague. Oh, no Plague just yet. There we go, Plague, but it's not as good as it could have been. Drop here towards this base. He's gonna go for it. Here we go. No drop just yet. Okay, he drops on the high ground. He's gonna try and get some storms here. Scourge coming in, gonna pick off this shuttle, unfortunately. Storm will come down over here in the top left. Bunch of drones dying here. That's very painful. He's gonna try and hide that, but no. Looks like Jaedong on top of these Templar. We'll be picking them off. So first storm drop of the night. Not bad. Got a few drones. Lowered that drone count a little, but we're still even on that worker count. So a little bit rough here for Motive. He still has the option of trying to take half the map, though. If he comes down here and takes this, I mean, Jaedong just hasn't made a move into that area just yet. He really should be starting to take that over, but it looks like he's instead focused here on just droning up really, really hard. Getting into just a massive army, like a 200 supply army, which he could just like overwhelm the Protoss with. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but he definitely has that drone saturation. Now we're trying to take a base down here in the bottom right. We may be able to get that. Oh, great snipe here. Really great snipe here. Getting two transferring Templar that are headed for this bottom right base. That's making that base in the bottom right a lot less safe right now. Another shuttle is out, so we're gonna see another storm drop here shortly. Lurkers are now moving forward. It's time to pull lurkers from every location, and it looks like we have pulled the lurkers away from the main base to set them up in a farther forward location here, and that's going to be over here on the center right. Darkstorm comes down. Lurkers are all burrow. That was a missed plague there. Only hitting the Archon. It's no good. Do not really care about hitting that Archon. We've got the first Dark Archon on the map. We're going to see some feedback this game, I think, with more upgrades coming here. We're still upgrading. Totally maxed out upgrades for Jaedong, though. He's not interested in upgrading at all anymore. No need to. But we're gonna eventually get into 3-3 armor and plasma shields. That's gonna be coming here pretty soon. Coming up towards that center left once again. Now that Motive has switched his attention down to the bottom right, we may be able to break through here. Storm drops coming down. He's actually, I think he was sending this up to the top left potentially, but bringing it over here instead to just kind of defend this area is a nice move. Zealots in the front need to block a lot of these lings. We don't have lurker spines coming out here, but a lot of these zealots are going down now. More zealots here at the front, but the lings are not going to be damaged by these cannons. All he can do is try to hold on with Storm here as best he can. Pretty good use of these storms. Slowly filtering in, though, is Jaedong taking over more and more ground here. Gets a plague on the Nexus here, and of course the shuttle being hit by that plague is a really big deal. We've got Scourge ready to dive forward if a shuttle tries to fly in. This base is secured. Motive, he may end up losing this, but if he can take this base and this base, he might be okay with that. We just need to evacuate these probes. That's the main issue right now. DT here could go for the lurker. It could go for the defiler. It looks like they're gonna try and evacuate the probes now, but it's a little bit too late. Too many of these have gone down. DT here doing mad work right now, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be enough. This base on the center left goes down. How many more minerals are left over here? Pretty significant. Still quite a lot over here. If we're looking at the very late stages of this game, that could come into play. Here comes another storm drop. He's gonna go for it here in the top left natural. Oh no, these Scourge just not with it right now, and a big drop's gonna come up here. How many probes can he get? How many drones can he kill? Oh, one more storm? No, he does have it. He has one more storm. Nicely done. He gets that storm. Huge damage there as this army gets cleaned out of the right side of the map. We're down to just 48 drones, but 46 probes. Oh yeah, that's right. All these probes went down here in the center left. So quite a few probes ended up dying. Quite a few drones ended up dying. We're very close right now in supply. 177 to 179. Small group of lings clearing out some cannons here. Baiting in these zealots for a big plague. That plague is going to deal a huge amount of damage. More than those lings could alone there. And more lings are going to come up. Great storms here, just blanketing these units as they come in. This is where Protoss starts to get really cost efficient, especially with Reavers on the way. We've got Reavers down here at the bottom right. We're taking another base. This base is potentially takeable as well here for Motive. See if we can get a feedback here on this Defiler. We haven't seen one just yet. No kills on this Defiler. But he may be looking for some feedbacks here. Can we get one? Yes. First kill on this Dark Archon. Nicely done. Feedback is so powerful in these late game positions. It's rarely ever used, but it is extremely strong. More drones have been added on for Jaedong, but he's starting to run a little bit low on minerals. Let's get a mineral check here around the map. Oh, gonna kill this Defiler, it looks like, and all these lings. Minerals at the top center are nearly gone. These bases are getting a little low too. This is a healthy base. This is a healthy base as well. But we do need to think about taking either the center left or the center right here soon for Jaedong. And we need to find some way to break this bottom right, because if we don't, we're gonna end up in one of those situations that I've talked about many times before on the channel, where the Protoss mines more than half the map. You are gonna be in trouble, my friend. Even if you are a Jaedong, it's still gonna get really silly in the late game. I think I just saw Maelstrom finish up as well, so we've got that upgrade here too. I wish the Dark Archon was down here. Putting a Dark Archon like right here, anytime a Defiler gets near these cannons, you can just drop a feedback on them or on that unit, and boom, you're gonna be able to save that. Oh, nice job picking up that Reaver. Oh, drop up here as well. Oh man, we lost some more drones. Looks like we're gonna get another drop over here as well. Ooh, picking off a few more. Dropping down to just 48. I think we're at more than 60 a minute ago. So that is painful. Coming in down here to the bottom right. Another drop going down at the top center. Oh, he sees these drones. He's gonna go for it. Big storm there. Very nicely done. Motive getting a huge chunk of damage. Down to just 39. 39 drones overall is Jaedong. Ouch. That is painful. Do we have a drop? No drop just yet. More hatcheries being added on right now. I don't know if that's what you need. I guess it's gonna be this one. Okay, hatchery. Yes, this is what you need right now, actually. You need the center right base. Jaedong coming forward here. Is gonna drop a plague. No, denied. Dark Archon here now with 2 kills and a third. Let's go. And a fourth. Oh my god. And a fifth. Holy crap, that was amazing. Look at how powerful this Dark Archon is. Killing off 5 of those Defilers there. Trading them for, or trading energy for those kills. So powerful. It looks like the Dark Archon may end up going down, unfortunately, but it's done its job. Absolutely. Gonna fall back here. Jaedong clears that out, but man, oh man, that was so good. I want to see him make another one, dude. That was so worth it. Holy crap. Just two Dark Templar. That's all it costs. End up killing 5 Defilers and not getting plagued and not having the Zerg have a Dark Swarm. It's just, I mean, the value is insane. I have another fight here in the center right. Motive doesn't want to allow Jaedong to have this base right now. If he can prevent it from going down, that would be amazing. Oh god, he sent his Reavers out to potentially fight here. But you gotta have these Reavers at home in a defensive posture, or Jaedong could potentially overwhelm you. Down to just 130. We're so close in the supply this game. So close in the supply here. Jaedong trying to take center left now. We don't have any more drops just yet, but here's another dropship getting loaded up. I could be coming through here soon. We got 2 Reavers here as well. It's a very dangerous position to have your Reavers out here at the front, but he probably wants to use those in a push if possible. Oh, are we gonna lose this? Oh, nicely done. Preventing that drop is huge. Not allowing another storm drop to ravage his mineral line there. Jaedong catching that with the Scourge for once. We've got some Reavers coming forward here. It's so hard to catch the shuttles with the Scourge, but he manages to snipe one with his Hydra. And another great plague here at the front as well. Looks like we haven't had an extra Dark Archon. He looks like he's gonna be able to kill this base on the center right, actually. This base could go down. We're gonna lose the Observer, unfortunately. He's not actually going for this. He needs to get in here. Get in. Go in. Go in. Oh, big plague there on the Reaver. That Reaver's gonna go down very quick. Ling's coming up here, trying to fight these Dragoons. Zealots reinforcing. Reinforcements coming from all angles here on both sides. This is a desperate battle here. This base is still alive. We need to send like a Dragoon, or we need to send a couple of Zealots over here to deal with this base. Big wave of army coming forward here. Can Jaedong keep this alive? He's gonna drop some plagues on these Reavers. 2 of them get hit. Oh no, only 1 Reaver gets hit. And the shuttle. This base is still alive. What are we doing? We're bringing the Dragoons out. We're bringing the Dragoons out. We're not gonna kill this? Oh my goodness, what are we doing right now? Motive, get over here and kill this base. Jaedong here. Denying that next base from Motive, but that's not really important. We've still got a lot of minerals here. At these 2 locations, I heard it load up. Oh boy, we're going for a drop here on the high ground. He's gonna drop 4 damaged Hydras up here, and it looks like we may end up killing this base. We've got a lot of units to work with here for Jaedong, but he's not really using them at this moment. Oh, lurkers being morphed in here, and does he have, what do we have here? Oh, where did this, oh, okay, there it is. We have a Defiler coming up from behind. He could have gotten a great plague there, but instead just kind of wandering up and not really doing anything. These lurkers, I guess they're gonna dive on this. Maybe send 2 over here and the rest to the cannon, or just send them all at the cannon. I'm not sure. Oh, he's gonna try and drop? Oh, this is interesting. I'm very curious about what this is. That base is dead. Gonna get a lot of kills, actually. Oh boy, oh boy. Look at all these transferring probes. Oh my goodness, 8 kills here. 8 kills on this. That was nasty. I don't know where those probes were coming from. Maybe from the main base or something like that, or maybe from this base over here. They arrived just in time to get wrecked. I would have rather seen Jaedong just run up on this and try to kill all the probes and potentially the cannons as well, but he played it out kind of funny there. He's got a drop coming in once again. He's gonna try and hit this. Oh, big storm drop here in the top left going on. While this drop in the bottom right is happening, it's like all of these are gonna be cleaned up, but quite a few drones actually went down. Drop is gonna be denied here down in the bottom right. Looks like finally gonna clear out the lurker here as well. 58 drones to 43. Guys, this game is insane. See what I'm talking about? Oh my god. I'm seeing even more than I did the first time I cast this game. And there is a lot going on, let me tell you. We got these drops coming back in. Oh man. Looks like we're gonna lose one of these overlords full of lings. That's quite an expensive overlord there. Not the most expensive overlord, but that is a pretty expensive loss. He's gonna drop here on the low ground. Looks like all of these units are gonna get killed, but meanwhile, going for the main base, all these Templar are coming down this ramp, and the Reavers are gonna come back, but you can't really defend here. You gotta go up onto the high ground. This will be so hard to break right now. 2 Reavers, and look at how many Templar we've got here, but a beautiful Plague goes down. Plague makes this so much easier to break, actually. This Plague is gonna make these Reavers pop like crazy. Look at that. Reavers just explode and disappear here. The defensive position is still pretty good with all these Zealots on the top of the ramp and some Templar here to defend. And it looks like Motive is so confident that he can defend here on this high ground. He's gonna send the majority of his units over to the top, or to the center left to clear that base. He's doing pretty good here, making some Archons as well. He's got one more storm. No storm there. So I think actually, unless we see, okay, we got DTs coming. It's gonna pop a bunch of DTs. This base has gone down, dropping down to just 51 drones. A lot have been killed up there. Jaedong is starting to break here. I don't know if this is the right decision. We traded one base, one kind of low base, for our entire main. He really needs to rebuild this support bay right now. We need a support bay. We need actually just a couple more robos. Might be the right play here. Army going down here, or going up here to the top left. Archons here taking some fights. Looks like we're clearing out quite a bit of the rallied units from Jaedong, but we're not going to be able to get through here. I think it's not even worth it at this point. There's hardly any minerals up here, so maybe Motive can just starve out Jaedong right now. He is going to lose the entirety of his main. He's lost basically all the production facilities. He started a Templar Archive, so that's important. Get that Templar Archive started right away. He's building another Cybernetics core. But the base is gone. All the production facilities are gone. We need more robos because we're gonna have to defend with Reaver, it looks like. basically pure Reaver to Templar defense, and that's what we're going to be playing. That's the game we're going to be playing here, is just a defense game. Oh god, 2 Templar moving out on the middle of the map. You're going to lose one for free. That's not good. We're going to lose a DT as well. Oh my goodness. And a drop going into the main once again. One Defiler in here with a bunch of Lings. He could actually get in on this and deal quite a bit of damage. There's only 1 cannon here. We got 2 Reavers though. Oh, and a beautiful Plague there to be damaging those Reavers. The cannon dies so fast. A lot of probes are going to be going down right now. He might be able to get this robotic support bay. That's going to hinder Reaver production for quite some time. A really nice pick off there. Getting the Nexus obviously is the main goal here, but getting the robotic support bay actually accomplishes a lot more than you might think. DT here going to town with 7 kills. Oof. That's quite a quite a lot of utility from that one DT. No base just yet. We're getting the center left base again. There's not a lot of minerals here, just barely enough to actually make it worthwhile to even take that base. This base, of course, over here is still tenable. This base here, still a possibility, but you can't take this as the Zerg, not unless you break this bottom right, because storms will always rain down on you while you're trying to mine. So this is really the only other viable base right now for Zerg. He's gonna have to take that one if he wants to win this in a long game, if he wants to starve out Motive eventually, because Motive is starting to run out of minerals here at this natural. We're running low. This one still has quite a bit of minerals. Eventually he'll be able to take this, really replenishing his gateway count now, getting back online. Sport bay is done. We've got robotics, but it's not producing Reavers right just yet. We need more Reavers here. We've got 2 in the shuttle. We've got some Archons. We've got some Templars as well. Big force of army coming down here for Jaedong, though. So many Lings, Lurkers, and Defilers are moving up right now into position. He's going to start mining here pretty soon, but he might actually try to break this right here, right now, before Motive gets really set up. Gonna make a big distraction here at the front. Here we go. Bunch of Lurkers diving in here towards this area. We've got another Plague on these Reavers. They're very, very squishy. As the forces get drawn, though, down here into the natural, a big drop coming into the main. Going after all this. No storm on these units. Unfortunately, Motive not paying attention right now to the main. He's gonna get a Dark Swarm on top of these Lurkers. Looks like both Lurkers will end up going down, but more Lurkers coming into this position as well. He's starting to pick off all of these buildings back here, all the critical infrastructure here for Motive. Motive gonna lose his last few Templar. What has he got left? Just 3 Reavers, and his main base has been cracked. A beautiful drop here combined with that frontal attack has cracked open this base. Motive gonna jump forward here. He loses the shuttle. No, the Reaver. It gets taken out, and GG is called. Jaedong takes that game. Oh man, that was a beautiful game from Jaedong. From start to finish, his upgrade timing was immaculate. His Defiler timing was fantastic. His overall control this game was great. Motive played a hell of a defensive game there at the center left, just constantly fighting off waves upon waves of Zerg units. He managed to get that bottom right and kind of split the map in half, but lost the main and didn't quite recover in time. I wonder if he's questioning that choice to take out the center left instead of defending the main right now. That could have been the difference between, you know, a win over Jaedong here and a very, very close defeat. The constant drops into the bottom right were really what tore Motive apart in the long run as well, right? He just kept coming in here, getting a few Defilers, Lings, a couple of Lurker drops in here, killing off buildings, killing off probes, just slowing down Motive as he was trying to recover from the loss of the main. Rebuilding all those buildings and paying attention to everything that's going on the map is very hard. Jaedong still didn't have any mine. He was like moments away from mining out the bases in the top left. He had almost no money left. So that was a Hail Mary drop there at the end to try and win with the last of what he had. Otherwise, we were going to, if this base didn't break, we were going to go into a starve out position. We were going to have to take center left and center right and just tried to fight the Protoss player for that low ground third in the bottom right. It would have been a rough game for Jaedong, but he manages to get in there and do what a lot of Zerg players we've seen on this channel were unable to do, is track into that second main base of the Protoss and end the game before it gets into that super late game that we've seen so much here recently on the channel. And I gotta say, it's refreshing to see a Zerg player win in one of these situations. But Motive, man, he's been impressing me so much. He's really doing a great job against these professional players, against these A-tier professional players in these latter games. So I'm looking forward to seeing more from him in the future. I'm gonna follow this guy closely, guys, and you can too by subscribing to this channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been your daily dose of Broodwar, and I'll see you tomorrow.